Okay, so good day, everyone, and welcome to our science class tutorials. Okay, so before we start, may I request everybody to please prepare all the needed materials like your ball pens, your worksheets, and of course, your modules in science. Okay, so before we begin with our lesson for today, so let us first sing the science song. Okay, are you ready? Before the song, in one of three, dance it properly. Science lessons are all you have to do. Listen to your teacher, learn oh, what and sit properly. Science is key. Lessons are all new. All you have to do, listen to your teacher, learn something new. Hey, science time, science time. Oh, what science time? Be ready, it's more fun, more activities. Hey, science time, science time. Oh, what science time? I like it, I love it, my teacher too. Okay. So our topic for today is based on the most essential learning competency, which is to determine the distinguishing characteristics of vertebrates and invertebrates. Okay. So are you familiar with this place, class? Okay, very good. So it's a zoo. Okay. So what are the different things that we can observe in a zoo? Or what are the things that can be seen in the zoo? Okay, so we can find different kinds of animals. There are animals which are big. There are animals which are small. Okay, so before I present you our lesson for today, let us first let's have a fun and exciting game. So this game is called Who's That Animal? Okay, I'm going to present five pictures of animals and you are going to guess or give the name of the animals. Okay, let's start. Okay, so guess what animal is this or whose animal is that? Okay, so very good. So that is a rabbit. Next animal, who's who's that animal? Okay, so it's a frog. Next. Okay, so who's that animal? Okay, so it's a snake. Very good. Next, who's that animal? Okay, so it's a chicken. Ang bilis. Next, our last one, who's that animal? Okay, so it's a shark. Okay, did you know, class, that those animals are considered vertebrate animals? Okay, so what is a vertebrate animals? What are the characteristics of vertebrate animals? Okay, class, so look at these pictures. So what do you think is common to these animals, of course, including the human being, or what characteristic is similar to the animals and human being in the pictures? Okay, so very good. So the animals or the picture or the different animals plus human have bones. Okay, so the common characteristics is that they have bones in their body. Okay, so remember class that animals are divided into two groups, the vertebrate and the invertebrate animals. So when we say vertebrate, so these are animals with skeleton or backbone, while invertebrates are animals without skeleton. Okay, so let us study. Today, we're going to study the characteristics of vertebrates. So vertebrates lang muna tayo kasi medyo mahaba itong lessons na to. Kasi uh, the competency is we're going to distinguish the characteristics of vertebrates and invertebrates. So unahin natin yung mga vertebrates. Ano nga ba ang mga vertebrate animals? What are their characteristics? Okay. Okay, so animals that have backbones are called vertebrates. The vertebrates are classified into 5 classes. Okay, the 5 classification of vertebrates are, we have mammals, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and fish. Okay, first, let us talk about mammals. Okay, so what mammals are? What are their characteristics? Okay, can you name these animals, class? Okay, so these are cows and lions. Okay, so these are cows and lions. Okay, class. Can you name or can you describe their body coverings? Okay, class. Can you describe their body coverings? Okay, very good. So their bodies are covered with fur or hair. As you can observe, di ba so ang katawan ng lion halos puno ng fur. Okay. So sa tao, ang tawag natin doon hair. So sa hayop, ang tawag natin ay fur. Okay. So wag mong sabihin ha na ang sabihin sa iyo ng tanungin sa iyo ng iyong kaklase, what is your body covering? Baka sabihin niyo fur ha. So tao tayo, ang tawag doon ay hair, ha? Okay, yun ang tama, ang hair. Okay. Next, can you name these animals, class? Okay, so this is a cat or cats, dog or dogs, or pigs. Okay, class. How are these animals born? How are these animals born? Are they born alive or hatched from eggs? Okay, so nice answer, class. So very good. They are born alive. So they resembles their parents. So pag pinanganak pa lang sila, kamukha na nila ang kanilang parents. Okay, how do mother mammals feed their young? So study the picture, class. So how do mother mammals feed their young or babies? Okay, very good. So mother mammal feed their young by providing them with milk produced by their mammary gland. So that is the reason why, class, that these animals are called mammals from the word mammary gland. So female mammals have mammary gland that are capable of producing milk. So that's why mother mammals feed their young with their milk. Next, class. What do you think is the part of their body that they use to breathe air or for breathing process? Okay, so like human being, so these animals use their lungs for breathing. Okay. How about the movements of the mammals? Can you describe how mammals move based on the given pictures? Okay, so very good. So some mammals walk, some mammals run, some mammals jump, some mammals hop. But did you know that there are mammals that swim? It is because they live in water. And there is only one mammal that fly, and that is the bat. Okay. So whales are mammals that swim and bats are the only flying mammals. Okay. So 'di ba? So ang bats minsan hayop, minsan tayo. Bakit? 'Di ba? Pag inuutusan kayo ng nanay nyo or ng tatay nyo or ng mga nakakatandang kapatid, ang sasabihin nyo, "Ba't ako? Ba't ako?" 'Di ba? O, ganyan ang ugali natin pag may inuutos sa atin. Kaya ang bats, minsan mammal, minsan tayo. 'Di, joke lang. Okay, next. So class, always remember that mammals or most mammals do not lay eggs. Most of the mammals are born alive. They give birth to live young, okay? They feed their young with milk produced by the mammary gland. Their bodies are partly or completely covered with hair or fur. Okay, examples of mammals in the community, we have the cat, the dog, the pigs, the carabao, the horse, and of course, human being. Okay, Conseil, can you think other examples or can you give other examples of mammals in the community? So any animals that possess those characteristics are considered mammals. Okay, so additional, we have tiger, lion, hippopotamus, giraffe, elephants. Okay, elephants are the largest mammal in the world. Okay, so remember that mammals are classified into three types. The placental mammals, which mammals that give birth to live young, like human being, dogs, cats, goat, carabao, cow. So are examples of placental mammals. Marsupial mammals are special types of mammals that carry their young in their pouch. So ang mga mother mammal, meron silang pouch. They give birth to undeveloped young. So pag ipinanganak na itong mga anak nila, so dumidiretso yan at pumapasok dun sa pouch nila hanggang sa ma-fully develop ang baby mammal. Okay. Some examples of marsupials includes the kangaroo, the koala, and the opossum. While the monotremes are mammals that lay eggs. So merong mga tinatawag nating special mammals dahil they lay eggs. Because sabi ko nga kanina, most of the mammals are born alive. So merong mga mangilan-ngilan na mga mammals that lay eggs. They are called monotremes. So monotremes includes the platypus and the long-nosed spiny anteaters. Okay. So monotremes, most of the monotremes are found in Australia and some part of the New Zealand. Kung hindi ako nagkakamali. Okay. But most of them are found in Australia. Okay, so here are examples of mammals that lay eggs and they are called the monotremes. Yan, sila. Ito naman ang mga examples ng marsupials. And this are examples of placental mammals. Of course, including us or the human being. Okay, next, let's talk about birds. So based on the picture class, how do you think birds reproduce? Okay, nice. Birds reproduce by laying eggs. Diba? Okay, look at this picture. Oh, it has an egg. 3 eggs. Okay. How about this picture class? Can you identify how many legs do birds have? How about the wings? Okay. So birds possess or one pair of legs and one pair of wings. Okay. So isang pares ng paa at isang pares ng pakpak. Okay. Can you name these animals, class? Okay, so this is an eagle and this is a rooster or a chicken or tinatawag sa kantang manok na pula. Okay. So, can you Describe their body covering, or what are these animals' body covering? Yes, very good. So they are covered, or their bodies are covered with what we call feathers. So tandaan natin, walang hayop maliban sa birds ang may feather. Okay? Next. Okay. Observe these pictures, class. Can you compare how the two birds move? Okay, what do you think a dove can do while an ostrich cannot do? Okay. Yes, very good. The dove can fly while ostrich cannot fly. But remember, kahit hindi yan nakakalipad, tatalunin ka naman yan sa pabilisan ng pagtakbo. Okay, so most of the types of the birds fly, but there are some that cannot fly. And one good example of a flightless bird is the ostrich. Okay, so always remember that birds are animals that are covered by feathers. They lay eggs that have hard shells. Birds possess one pair of legs and one pair of wings. Birds have hollow bones. That is the reason why birds can fly, or most of the birds can fly. Okay, here are some examples of birds. So we have the eagle, the hen, or the chicken, the owl, the penguin, ostrich, and ducks. Okay. So think of other examples of birds, or can you give other examples of birds? So just write it in your notebook. Okay, next. Oh, so these are examples of flightless birds. So we have penguins, which is found in the Antarctica. Ostrich, marami sa Africa. Okay, so we have kiwi in New Zealand. Okay, we have emo, we have cassowary, and we have rhea. Okay, so now class, next in line are reptiles. Okay, what are the characteristics of reptiles and what are the examples of reptiles? Okay, class. Are you familiar with this animal, class? Okay, very good. It's a crocodile. Can you describe its body covering? Okay, nice answer. Sabi nga, excellent. Okay, so it has dry, scaly skin. Okay, how about this animal class? Okay, so it's a turtle. So can you describe its body covering? Yes. So most of the reptiles have hard shell on their bodies like this turtle. Okay. Study this picture, class, or look at these pictures. Can you name the different animals or reptiles in this picture? Okay, so we have here iguanas, snakes. We have here the Komodo dragon. Another example, another snake, iguana, and of course, a lizard. Okay, so based on the picture, class, which or in what place do reptiles live? Okay, very good. So they live in land and in water. Okay. Okay. So most reptiles live in land and in water, but most of the time reptiles wants to stay in land. But still they can survive in land and in water. So how do you think reptiles reproduce? So based on this picture, how do reptiles reproduce? Like the snake. So it reproduce, or reptiles reproduce by laying eggs on land. Okay, so ma-observe natin na dito yan sila naglilay ng eggs sa land. Kasi kahit sabi nga natin, they can live in water, But once they lay their eggs, so naghahanap sila ng lupa. Okay. So reptiles have bodies that are covered with scales or plates. So tandaan ito ha. Okay, they lay their eggs on land. They can live on land and on water. They have lungs for breathing. Okay. Here are some examples of reptiles. We have the snake, the turtle, and the tortoise, the crocodile, and the alligator, the water monitor or the bayawak, the Komodo dragon na marami sa Indonesia, and the house gecko or the butiki sa bahay natin are examples of what we call reptiles. Next are the amphibians. Okay. Are you familiar with this animal class? Can you name this animal? Yes, very good. It is the Echoserang frog. Okay, siya ay si Echoserang palaka. Okay, so can you describe its body covering? Yes, very good. They have moist, smooth, and slimy skin. Okay. Sana all smooth skin. Okay. Okay. Buti pa ang palaka, smooth skin. Okay, sana all. Okay, next. So look at this picture, class. Can you differentiate the two animals? Or can you name the two animals? Okay, so this is a toad and this is a frog. Okay, what's the difference between toad and frog? Okay, so sa toad, makikita natin, most of the time, toads live in land, stay in land, while frogs stay in water. And yung balat nila, makikita natin na magkaiba. Okay? So, based on this picture, where do amphibians live? Okay, so they live both on land and in water. So like the reptiles, amphibians can survive in land or on land and can survive in water. Okay. Okay, how about this picture? Can you tell us or can you tell me where or how do amphibians reproduce? Okay, so they reproduce by laying eggs in water. Okay, so unlike the reptiles, reptiles lay eggs on land while amphibians lay eggs in water. Okay, so yun ang pagkakaiba ng dalawa. Magkapareho sila that they can survive in land and in water, pero once during laying of eggs, so ang mga reptiles lay their eggs on land, amphibians lay their eggs in water. Okay, so sabi nga nila, amphibians live a double life. Dalawa pala daw ang buhay ng mga amphibians. Okay. Kasi like this frog, when they are young, yung eggs nahahatch sa tinatawag nating tadpole. And ang tadpole or ang young amphibian or young frog ay merong gills for breathing and tails for swimming. Because pag young pa lang sila, they live in water. Okay, in order for them to survive in water, so meron silang gills para makahinga sila doon. But when they reach their mature age or adult stage, so ang mga adults, ang kanilang gills disappear, ang kanilang tails disappear also, and they develop lungs for breathing. That is the time na pwede na sila sa land. Okay? So class, remember that amphibians such as frogs, salamanders live in a double life. They live part of their lives in water while they are young. When they mature, they live on land to survive, and they have smooth, slimy skin. And all amphibians lay eggs on water. Okay. So when they are young, most of them are herbivores. But when they are already adults, so amphibians become carnivores. Okay, so here are examples of amphibians. So we have the frog, the salamander, the toads, and the newt. Okay. So although magkahalos magkapareho lang naman sila. Okay, wala na pong ibang tinatawag na mga amphibians. Silang apat lang. May isa pa pala additional is the caecilians o para siyang ahas. But unlike ahas or the snakes is considered as reptiles. Caecilians are considered as amphibians. Okay. So last are the snakes. Okay. Okay. So what are the characteristics of snakes? Okay. So are you familiar with this animal? Yes, very good. It's a milkfish or bangus. And the tilapia or the St. Peter's fish. Okay. Can you describe their body covering? Okay, very good. Their bodies are covered with scales. Now, where do fish live? Of course, they live in water. So wala pong fish na nakatira sa lupa. Kasi pag nasa lupa na yun, tuyo na yun. Okay. Pag nasa lata na yun, syempre, dilata, sardinas, or tuna. Okay, so fish live in water. Okay. So how do fish reproduce? Based on the pictures. Okay, so fish reproduce by laying eggs. Like reptiles, amphibians, fish also lay eggs. Okay, so how do you think fish survive in water? Okay, so they can survive in water because of the different body parts na mayroon sila. Like the gills for breathing and fins and tails for swimming and balancing in water. Okay, so they use their fins and tails for swimming. And of course, ginagamit na niya parang pambalance sa tubig. And of course, their gills for breathing under the water. Okay, so class, always remember that fish are animals that live in water. They have gills that allow them to breathe underwater. Their bodies are covered with scales. They lay eggs. Yun lang. Okay. So examples of fish. We have shark, we have tuna, eels, and many more. Okay, so for your activity, so I will give you um, 2 minutes. Nauna na yung timer ko. Okay, adjust muna natin. So 2 minutes to answer the 5 questions. So the activity, our activity is called Who Am I? Okay. So within 2 minutes.
The Vertebrates song.
Okay. So just write. Identify the group of vertebrates that is being described. For 2 minutes.
are tall. Some of us have feathers and fly through the air. And some of us live on the land and have a lot of hair. We are the vertebrates, fat and thin. Some of us have scales and some have moist skin. Some of us use lungs to breathe and some of us use gills. Some of us live in the sea and some
Okay,
live
so
in the
time is
hills.
up. Okay, so let us check your answer. Okay, so here's the answer. Okay, number one is fish. Number two is amphibians. Number three are reptiles. Number four, birds. And of course, last one, mammals. Okay. The next activity, to what group do I belong? Okay. So classify the animals into 5 subgroups. Okay. So just write the name of the animals in the proper column. Okay. So for example, we have lion, frog, shark, parrot, snake, chicken, cat, crocodile, tilapia, and human. Okay. So I will give you 3 minutes. Okay.
And some of us are tall. Some of us have feathers and fly through the air. And some of us live on the land and have a lot of hair. We are the vertebrates, fat and thin. Some of us have scales and some have moist skin. Some of us use lungs to breathe and some of us use gills. Some of us live in the sea and some live in the hills.
Okay, so tingnan nga natin kung yung sagot ay tama. Okay, so ito po ang sagot. Naghang ang... Okay. So mammals, lion, cat, and man. Okay, fish, shark, and tilapia. Birds, parrot, chicken. Reptile, snake, crocodile. Amphibian, frog. Okay? So next, so what are the different groups of vertebrates? And give the characteristics of each. So we have, so animals with spine or backbone are called vertebrates. And vertebrates are classified into 5 groups: mammals, birds, fish, amphibians, and reptiles. Okay. Now, class. So sometimes we can see or observe in the street or in our surroundings that there are stray dogs and cats. So how do you think, or how can you show your care to those animals, and how can we protect them? Okay, so we can maybe we can show our care for those animals by feeding them, by giving them food, or pwede natin silang kunin at alagaan kung wala talaga silang may-ari. Okay? Okay, so for the last activity, match me. Okay? So, para hindi tayo mag-timer, so dahil naka-video naman nito, so you are, i-post nyo muna ang video. Then after that, so after nito, after i-post ang video, sagutan nyo, then ito po yung sagot. O, honest naman kayo, di ba yan? Okay, para ma-check ninyo kung may natutunan kayo sa tinuturo ni Sir. Okay? Okay, ito din. So, post ang video for a while hanggang sa matapos kayo. Then, ito yung sagot. Okay. So, just choose your answer inside the box, ha? Okay. So, ito yung sagot. Okay? So, wala na tayong assignment. Wag na yan. Okay, so thank you for watching and listening. So I hope natulungan na naman kayo ni Sir para sa inyong module, para sa subject natin na science. So sana natutunan nating mahalin ang pag-aaral, especially yung subject kong science. Kasi ito yung pinaka-love kong subject. Pero syempre, yung ibang subject, love ko din. Kailan ko sa pagkain, ito yung pinaka-paborito ko. Okay? So, bye-bye!